Hi, my name is Angel. Welcome back to my channel and happy first day of Summerween. I thought I would take this time today to give you guys my TBR for Summerween. I always do this to myself where I choose a book for each little prompt and then I have so many other books that I'm like, well, maybe I'll get to them, so I should have them on my radar for this week, but I don't know if I'll get to all of them. So we're going to start off going through the prompts and all of the books that I have chosen for those. So if you guys don't know what Summerween is, this is a readathon hosted by Gabby Reads. This goes for about a week. This year it is from July 5th to July 11th. You can follow the This is Summerween Instagram where they post the prompts for each year. So this is the Summerween prompts for this year. So first up is read a book in the dark. Obviously that's not affecting the book that you choose. It's just a fun little thing to do. The second one, read a thriller or horror book. Me, personally, I use Summerween as a week long of reading horror, but then I do also try to throw in one thriller. So I do have a thriller book chosen out, but the thriller book I chose also hits the next prompt, which is to read a book with a night sky on the cover. So the book that I chose for my thriller and for my night sky, of course, is Midnight is the Darkest Hour, because how much more of a night sky can you get from a literal moon being on the cover? I think this cover is absolutely gorgeous. I'm a little bit nervous for the book because I was really excited for it, but then I've seen people not enjoying it or saying that it really isn't that great, so now I'm a little bit scared, but it just fits the prompt so perfectly. So this was my first choice, and then I had another book come in from the library that also fits both of those. So we have The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley, which is also a thriller, but it also is like a night sky on the cover. And then they both have the word midnight in the title. Like, how perfect is that? Like, this book couldn't have come at a better time. So we've already got two books on the TBR. Let's move on to our next prompt is read a book with 5 words in the title. This book I already had on my radar, like I already wanted to read it for Summerween, and then I realized it fits this prompt perfectly, so I'm really excited. Sisters of the Lost Nation by Nick Medina. You guys may or may not know that I just recently read Indian Burial Ground, which is his newer release. I also am a big fan of his story that was in the Never Whistle at Night anthology, so I'm very excited for this one. This was his first, I think, full-length novel, and I believe that the reservation in this book is a fictional reservation that is the same used in Indian Burial Ground, which I think is really interesting. I don't even really know what this book is about. I believe it has to do with Indigenous women going missing, so I'm sure there will definitely be some commentary in this. I think Nick Medina is a fantastic writer. I really love his writing style, so I'm very excited to read this one. And the last book prompt we have is to read a book that takes place in the summer. I have 2 that I want to fit in here. The first one that I want to do is The Body by Stephen King. This is the novella that the movie Stand By Me is based off of, which is, I feel like, just the perfect summer childhood friendships vibe. I know Stephen King is really good at getting that vibe across. I've never actually read this, so I'm very excited, and obviously, like, it's perfect. The perfect summer vibe. At least I'm hoping. And then my other summer book that I want to read is The Summer I Died by Orion C. Thomas. This one has been on my TBR for a while. I've heard that it's really disturbing. I don't even know what the plot is or what it's about, but I just got it on Kindle, so I'll definitely be reading that one for Summerween. Another book that I definitely want to read for Summerween is At Home with the Horrors, which is, I think, by Sammy Scott. It is a short story collection. I've heard really good things. Everybody that I've seen read this and review it have said that the stories are really good and actually scary, so I'm really excited. I like to have like a anthology going or short story collection when I do readathons, because then you can just read 1 or 2 stories each day and just kind of add to the vibes. So this is my short story collection for Summerween this year. And then I have one more book on my 100% am going to read for Summerween, and that is The Sad Ghost Club by Liz Meddings. This I saw somebody post on Instagram a while ago, and that was when I lived in Colorado before I moved here to Florida, and it wasn't in the library system in Colorado where I lived. But then when I moved here and I was thinking about what I want to read for Summerween, I thought of this one again, just because the ghost reminds me of the little Summerween ghost. You know, it's perfect. This is a YA graphic novel. I was very, very happy that they did have it in the library system in Florida where I live. So I'm really excited to finally get to this one. I don't ever really do graphic novels. I think this is probably my second graphic novel ever in my whole life. But tell me that's not perfect for Summerween, right? So why do I do this to myself? I have 5 physical books. I have 2 Kindle books. That is 7 books already that I'm definitely going to read these for Summerween. Crazy, right? But then I have a couple other books on my radar. So from my physical TBR, I have And by God's Hand, You Shall Die by David Sodergren, which I really need to. I need to read more of his books because I love him so much. I also have A Child Alone with Strangers by Philip Fracassi checked out from the library. I don't think I'll get to this for Summerween, but since I do have it on my shelf right now, I figured I would throw it in here as possibly an option. It also hits the prompt for 5 words in a title. I don't know the plot of this book. I just know that I like Philip Fracassi. This is one of his more popular ones, and I've heard really, really good things, but it is chunky. So along with all of those books, another one on my radar that I would love to get to, but I don't know if it's gonna happen, is By the Light of Dead Stars by Andrew Van Wey. Obviously, I read Head Like a Hole earlier this year, and I really, really loved it, and I've been dying to pick up more from this author, so hopefully I'll get to that one. If not for Summerween, hopefully I'll get to it in the month of July anyways. I also have Middle of the Night by Riley Sager on my Kindle because I won a Goodreads giveaway for a Kindle version of that book. I have some ARCs available, so I've got a whole bunch of options, but like I already said, there are 7 books that I have on my hard TBR for Summerween. Wish me luck. Let me know what you guys are picking up for the readathon. Let me know if you have any recommendations, anything that I'm missing out on. But happy first day of Summerween. I hope we all have a fantastic week, fantastic readathon, and thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I will see you guys next time.